Okay, great. Well, welcome everyone to tonight's Historic Preservation Board meeting. My name is Dan Olson. I'm the chair tonight. And this is the Pittsford Village Historic Preservation Board meeting, rescheduled from last week to today, Thursday, May 28th, 2026. We have a pretty big agenda tonight, so we're going to move hot and fast, as I would like to say, and hopefully get through everybody in a reasonable amount of time. So let's start by opening the meeting. Do we have a motion to open the meeting?
Motion to open the meeting.
Thank you, Jim. And I'll second that motion.
Member Rude,
Aye.
Member Murillo,
Aye.
Chair Olson,
Yes.
motion passes.
Okay, great. So first off, I want to talk about why we had to reschedule. I have just a brief statement that I'll read and then submit. So can everyone hear me? If not, I'll stand up so everyone can hear me in the back. This is important. Good afternoon. Thank you for your continued support in preserving our village. I apologize that we had to reschedule our meeting last Monday to this evening. The reason for that reschedule was for a lack of board member availability. To achieve a quorum for a public meeting, we need to have 3 people present to have a quorum so that it can be voted upon. Obviously, everyone understands that. The HPB is supposed to be filled with a total of 7 board members, 5 full-time board members and 2 alternates. Right now, we have 5 appointed board members with 1 alternate. And coming in June, we will only have 4 appointed board members and 1 alternate. So we're 3 board members short, which is difficult. Tonight, again, we're facing an attendance/availability issue with we only have 3 board members in attendance. This is a quorum, so we will have our meeting tonight. But to achieve approval of your application that you're presenting, you will need 3 yes votes, 1 from each of us, obviously. You are entitled to a full board of 5. So if you do not want to present your application tonight, you can be moved to the front of the line for our June meeting. And Alexandria will obviously let us know when that June meeting is, 3rd Monday of June, where we will strive to have 5 board members in attendance. You also have the option to present to our board tonight and then have your application tabled for next meeting when, again, we hopefully have 5 board members. The issue with our board's attendance does not fall 100% on the shoulder of our board members. We all have very busy lives and sometimes scheduling conflicts come up. Tonight is my and my wife's 10-year wedding anniversary, but I'm not skipping that. I'm going to do the wedding anniversary stuff later, but I'm not skipping this meeting either. So what I want to say is that we've all volunteered to be appointed to the board, so I really appreciate my fellow board members. And we've been appointed by the mayor and approved by the board of trustees. If you're upset with the lack of board members appointed to the HPB, I urge you to reach out to the mayor, as well as the elected board members that you either voted for or against. But they can absolutely hear your voice and help get more appointees through and on our board, which we desperately need. The village has plenty of good neighbors, especially you guys that are willing to help and able to serve on this board. So with that, let's start the meeting. But I just wanted to apologize for the reschedule and thank you guys for coming tonight, and hope you understand the lack of board members for tonight as well. Yeah. So we'll start with 11 Gulf Avenue. Here you go, Alexandria. If you'd like. Yes. All right, so you were here a month ago, 2 months ago, February,
Yes.
correct? And then we had an on-site meeting.
Yes, Blake Hill came by and took another look at it.
Okay.
You can,
I did, yep. I found, well, you want to talk about your application?
if I could go ahead and just read a quick statement.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do.
Yeah, so, first of all, my name is Wynn Craven. My wife and I are the owners of 11 Gulf Avenue here in the village of Pittsford. Thank you very much for your time tonight.
Absolutely.
This application is limited in scope. We are not seeking wholesale replacement of the windows throughout the house. The request concerns a small number of non-original mold window units associated with a later enclosure of the sunroom and porch. Since the initial application, a consulting architect has clarified an important point. The windows under consideration are not original to the 1928 house. They are mid-century replacement windows. And while they were designed to reflect the colonial revival appearance of the home, they are not part of the original historic fabric of the structure. The proposed replacements would preserve the existing colonial revival appearance, proportions, and divided light character of the windows, while addressing substantial deterioration and long-term maintenance problems. The current window and storm window system has failed. The aluminum storm windows create a sealed condition that traps moisture, creating a mini greenhouse effect, contributing to leakage, condensation, paint failure, rot, and mold. The deterioration extends beyond cosmetic issues. The sashes, frames, and friction surfaces are almost certainly heavily contaminated with lead paint. Both the village standards and the Secretary of the Interior standards recognize that replacement may be appropriate under three specific circumstances that apply here. First, these windows are not part of the dominant historic fabric of the 1928 structure. They are later non-original installations associated with a modified and sunroom enclosure. So if the windows are not part of the period of historical significance, the standards specifically allow removal. Second, repair is not practical or reasonable. The deterioration involves the entire window storm system and likely extends into the concealed areas that cannot be fully evaluated without major disassembly of each window. Repair would still leave the house with a compromised and maintenance-intensive assembly that continues to trap moisture. Third, the windows are mid-century replacements which do not date from the original construction era of the home. The village standards specifically note that windows constructed after 1945 were often built with lower quality materials than earlier old-growth wood windows and may require replacement sooner. So one question has come up. Why not repair the windows, get rid of the aluminum storm windows, and then get some new custom-made wood storm windows? Here's a picture of the house that would have appeared in 1928. The features are fairly delicate. You can see the muntins, the individual 6/1 pattern, and the trim is fairly thin. Here's what happens when you put on wood storm windows. The trim is thicker, the glass is partially obscured, the muntins are smaller, the proportions are all wrong. So I'm showing an example of the historic appearance and then the historic appearance covered up by storm windows. So in accordance with village and national standards, I believe that the most historically sensitive solution is best achieved through carefully matched replacement windows rather than continued reliance on failing non-original windows and dysfunctional storm windows.
Thanks, Wayne. So I say we first start with what specific windows are you looking at specifically on the house? Because it was more encompassing to begin with.
Yeah, originally it was all the windows in the whole house, which would have been 22 windows.
Yeah.
So we've made this request smaller into the multi-groupings on the sunroom. So
Just these ones on the right sunroom. The
Yes.
first three right here, the side three, and then the one in the rear.
Well, the one in the rear you can't see from the street, so
Right,
that
but-
would not be included.
Okay, so just these right here.
Those three there, and then there's one on the second floor.
One on the second floor up here.
Yeah.
Okay,
So these,
that's correct. And then the one on
on
this
this
end of the
side,
house. Yeah,
these
Yeah,
that one right there.
these here,
three.
we're calling these a mold grouping. So
Yeah.
one mold grouping, another one, and then an individual one. So
And then on top of that, are you looking at removing all aluminum storm windows,
just in those areas.
just in those areas.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if that's anything that we would even worry about or take a vote upon. Is it?
That's correct.
Okay. And then you want to replace it with wood,
Yes, the replacement would be
Oh.
solid wood,
like the old school ones that we were talking about, that would hang?
yeah,
On the-
double hung windows. They would look identical to what we've got.
No, but the storms.
The storms.
Are you gonna replace any
We
storm?
don't need
No
to
replace.
put them to-
All right, perfect. Okay, and that's what you're showing in your images there. You don't have to do that. And we talked about the dangers of it, why everyone moved away from that, especially on second. Steps.
Right,
Okay. Perfect. Does everyone understand that the scope of this application that's kind of changed over the last few months?
Yeah, so I like that you went back and kind of evaluated more and preserving what you can preserve and. Narrowed down, so. I agree, sounds good to me.
Do you have any questions? Yeah, I think it's a step in the right direction towards preserving the house, and the windows that you're gonna be replacing it with are the Weather Shield premiums, which are wood, 100% wood,
solid wood.
solid wood, yeah,
It's a good choice.
yep.
They're awesome. They look great.
Yeah. Okay, do we have any further questions?
No.
Okay, yeah,
Am I not reading Blake's report right? Reading the last sentence or the second or the last paragraph.
you can read it out loud.
However, I still believe the most sensitive and affordable action for the applicant is to replace the storms and perform the minor maintenance required by these windows. Is there a supplemental report or something that Blake came to a different conclusion?
No, I think that I'm taking this as a consideration. I've visited the windows and we've talked to the applicant, and he's just stated that he doesn't want to undertake a window repair at this time. And he's changed the scope of his project from every single window down to these ones that need repair. And the effort to repair them is, for the applicant, is beyond what he wants to do right now. And
Well, I remind the board about the repair rather than replace directly.
yeah,
Yes, I would argue that. That's already partly been taken into consideration, We've gone back and evaluated and minimized the scope down to what
I
is.
understand that paragraph is gonna be a very large and tough findings.
yeah. Blake also,
Word for word, though, with that corner plan.
and Blake also goes on and says, I spent time with Mr. Craven to discuss options. We think the current storm windows create more of a problem than a benefit. So removing them, so he's kind of contradicting himself then when he says, replace the storms and perform the minor maintenance.
Right, so you replace the storage, you remove the problem on the minor maintenance on the windows.
But these windows need a storm.
Right, you can put your doors. That's it.
That doesn't solve the problem, because it was so.
I'm not. I
Yeah.
have no opinion or any knowledge in this area. I'm only looking at this report, our window expert, and trying to reconcile that with findings for replacement.
Yeah,
That's my point. Whether or not it's a good window or a bad window, that's a step beyond where I'm at, which is repair rather than replace.
correct.
Here's the other statement from the architect. While the sunroom windows are clearly the same make and period as the main house units, they stand distinct in appearance across the front, leading to my speculation they are not truly original to the house. So it could be argued that they could be replaced with new windows in similar pattern. That's a direct quote from his.
No, I read that part, but it seems like his conclusion, after weighing all those considerations, is repair rather than replacement.
All it says that it could be argued that they could be replaced with the new windows in similar pattern by an approved model and manufacturer without seemed
I
mismatched.
think he's giving the board some discretion.
However, I still believe the most sensitive, affordable option, just pointing out what
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Absolutely.
which means that for him, most sensitive treatment for this resource.
Yeah.
Is repair.
Right.
Okay. It's my only point.
And the applicant, we've asked to do the repairs. That was one of the first things that we talked back up in February about. And the applicant's pushed back saying that he doesn't want to do that. And that's,
I understand that.
no, I understand what you're saying too.
That's what the code specifically says.
And would you say that this is a repair we're talking about or a reconstruction?
I'm not sure how to define that.
His words say repair. Look, I'm just worried about findings. For and precedent for the future.
So the main difference is, these are not original windows. They're mid-century replacements. The scope is defined down to just the minimum number that are really in disrepair. The architect is saying that generally. Yes, I should.
Yeah.
I shouldn't
Yeah,
paraphrase.
I understand that, but. Marie, do you have any questions?
So, the windows that are being proposed are great window. So I'm thinking that the intention is over time start changing the windows to all these type of wood windows overall as they, or just, and
Interested in only replacing.
right now, yeah.
So severely damaged that they have come to the end of the life cycle.
So the only word that is keeping is sensitive. What does it mean, like sensitive? Like the most sensitive and this affordable is not the case here. The case is sensitive. So the most sensitive thing is because it will preserve the house, or it will just
I mean,
preserve this like. So these are not even the original windows.
right, are these windows worthwhile being
Were
sensitive
replaced.
over?
Exactly.
Right.
Thank you.
There are windows that we need to be sensitive about.
Yeah.
Not every applicant is the same, or every window is the same.
And going back to the standards,
I mean, he has not to interrupt, but he has lead windows in his home that would, on the staircase, I believe, is that, do you have
leaded
that?
glass, yeah, there's
Yeah,
four
leaded glass, that those we would say these are sensitive and that would maybe. We would argue in towards restoration or repair.
Yeah, because the proposal is very sensitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we can say it's sensitive to the preservation of the house.
Yeah, but and the
and
windows that he's choosing is also,
They match his historic period and
so I'm gonna make a motion to approve the application as presented.
we have a second. I second. Discussion. That we take.
Win on Alexandra.
Did you say discussion after the second
I
or
don't think we need a discussion. Sorry.
member Murillo,
Yes.
member Rude,
Yes.
Chair Olson,
Yes,
motion passes.
thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think I understand that it's sensitive, affordable and sensitive.
Yeah.
So the affordability.
All right, we'll be finding effects afterwards.
Okay,
Okay, 14 Elmbrook. Is that what's next? I'm sorry.
yes.
14 Elmbrook.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, evening, thanks for coming. Hi, Lane. Your project?
Yes, it's plating the
I'm
front.
sorry, to
Oh.
interrupt. Do we have an applicant up front for, in the gallery, please? Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Lauren.
Cladding the front chimney with the same material that I have in the back, the sunroom addition that I have approved. That's it.
Couple years ago, yep, I remember that.
The front chimney has some deterioration with weather. The top of it is cracked. So it needs repair and it's right now it's just painted over cinder block
Yeah,
and the paint is flaking and unsightly. So I do have an example of what I have in the back and I included a picture of the current back. So it is a stone veneer. It's you know,
Thanks.
solid product.
yeah.
They was approved before.
It was approved before, but then it was an addition, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I just want the front to match the back.
to match, yeah. The one thing that I noticed was that you have the cinder block, and I think your whole house is made of cinder block, and isn't that correct? Which is an interesting fact towards any other house in the entire village, I think.
We get a tornado, you're all welcome.
Yeah, everyone just sprint over to the lanes. Is that it looks like it originally had, not originally, but when in 2004, it had smaller stone on it. Do you know if it was repaired or if this was original?
Fiberglass veneer.
It was another style of veneer? Oh,
It was
okay.
the piece that was fake brick.
Oh, wow, look at that. So I was like, okay, so it isn't the original.
No, that was just a sheeting.
Yeah. And that was on there before.
No, there's a big work to it.
Yeah. As far as veneering goes, there's a bunch of different, like styles of veneer. I think you have a very high-end veneer that looks very good. If it was some of the other ones, like the squares with the mesh on it, that would be, unsightly and would not be historically accurate. But as far as veneering goes and preserving the chimney, because we do have a section on chimneys, I think it's page 58 or 59. Chimneys of them themselves can deteriorate and need a lot of work, and that's very expensive. So, oh, it's page 75, I'm sorry. So I don't have too many questions on this application. I think it will make the house look cohesive with the front and the back. It'll be an improvement rather than the cinder block. And it's a very high-end veneer.
You said the current one is cinder block. That was the close of those. And I know in the design standards, it talks about avoid adding chimneys of inappropriate building materials such as cinder block.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. In the design standards, it says don't use cinder block.
Yeah,
So. It
that
seems
was
like,
probably
it
after it was fixed.
Yeah.
seems like it would be consistent if it's
So
what's in the
the
other side.
chimney, and after the original construction.
Of the home. I'm not, no, it's probably
Probably original.
original to it.
With cinder block.
Mhm.
So if the back already has this new veneer, so I think it's sensitive to say that it can be used in the front too. So I don't have any other question.
I'll make a motion to accept the application as presented.
Second,
Member Murillo,
Yes.
member Root,
yes.
Chair Olson,
Yes.
motion passes.
Thank you.
very much.
Ms. Lane. Okay, then we'll move on to 15 Maple. And we'll do all the findings and facts afterwards, just out of curiosity of time for everyone up here. So just, I mean, we're already half hour.
And I hear you noting some of them too, those are.
Yeah.
that's fine.
Hi, how are you? So you're the applicant, Barbara?
Mhm.
And who do you have with you here today?
Steve with Aces,
So
two things going on. I can talk first, I guess, if that would make sense. We're looking to do 16 solar panels on the back side of the house.
Yep.
Very standard installations, all the ones that we've done in the village.
What other ones have you done in the village?
We did one over on Washington a few years ago and Fountain, yes. Fountain last, in the winter, actually, like, 5 days ago.
Nice clarification. 2 Washingtons.
So there's a standard.
And you did the one on Bowden?
Yeah,
Yeah, 19.
Standard non-reflective, all black solar panels, parallel to the roof plane. So nothing sticking out above, or over the sides, things like that.
Yeah.
Very straightforward, not movable from the streets. Pretty standard.
Basic.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah, the doors on the back, yeah.
So, I mean, you guys were here for my open introduction. I'll start. There's only 3 of us. The solar has always been a very touchy topic in the village. I personally think that you can see it fairly well from Elmbrook. I argued the same thing with the house on Boughton. You could see that one from South Ave, and you can see it from Jackson Park at that stop sign. So if we want to split this up into 2 applications, I think it'd be better worth your while. Better worth your time to have a full board for something like this. I don't have any issues with the awnings. I think that they are period correct to your house, and a lot of homes of your age have those awnings, and I like them. But I would understand why you would want to have the full length of the window. So those are my 2 comments on the application.
So we should vote on the 2, they're 2 very different things, so. we
Yes,
vote.
we should split.
So let's
this in
start with
2
the awnings.
Yes. Let's talk about the awnings. Maria, do you have any issues with the awnings or removal of the awnings?
I could say one thing about.
Please go
The
ahead.
house next door is pretty much identical, built at the same time. They took the awnings down.
Yeah.
years ago. And I like the way that looks better. And being upstairs is kind of claustrophobic, having this metal awning in front of the window.
Yeah. I would save them if you could. Don't just toss them. You know, maybe someday they come back in vogue, but or you'd buy new ones, but. You have any questions on the awnings or issues?
No
with
question
that?
about the awning.
Okay.
It's pretty straightforward.
Okay. So Alexandra, how do we split this?
Your motion.
Okay,
Then you can.
I'll make a motion to amend the application.
Just
To-
put it on pieces.
Okay, we'll just vote it on 2 pieces. So I'll make a motion to approve the removal of the awnings, the 2 awnings. As presented in this application. Second.
Member Middlebrook,
Yes.
Member Ruth,
Yes.
Chair Olson,
Yes.
motion passes. For the awnings.
Do you want to talk about, do you have any questions on the solar or?
Are you suggesting that we wait?
I'm suggesting you wait for a full board. So to gain approval, you need 3 yeses.
And you're not gonna vote.
I mean, I'm only 1 vote.
They
But
can still get
historically.
it. But if it fails, they can come back for a full board.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
so it's up to you to
I
choose.
mean, the only thing I would say is that picture here that I saw on Zillow, I could see this over on Washington Avenue, it's on the side of the house, so you can see it very clearly from the street that I took a picture from the car, and you can see the whole
yeah,
thing, and I don't understand the inconsistency of,
yeah,
this one's clearly in the back of the house, you have to really look at it to see it from any other street, almost any house in the village. If you worked at it, you could probably see it from some street somewhere, so no solar for anybody here, that would be too bad, because I think electricity prices are gonna go nuts.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
Her question, Steve. Only doing 15 panels, correct?
It's 16,
15,
8 on each side of the.
does it cover the whole roof?
No. There's, room along the edges and underneath the chimney.
Right, I know you have to have a little,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, can it, because you can only really see, if we're on number, you can only see the right rear. We can't see the whole roof. So can it be arranged to move, keep everything more to the left?
I don't think so. I don't think we can slide it because there's a chimney and a couple of pipes.
Okay.
And to be honest,
Curious.
and aesthetically, they look better with the symmetry. You know what I mean? Like to move them,
Yeah.
make it like weird, like, so someone
Flip
doesn't.
side to the way you say.
And the panels are, they're the thin ones, low, super low, not like the ones that have blue and,
No, it's all black.
they are all black, okay, because some of them have like balloons and red, this reticular,
Yeah.
the red, yeah, no, this is just black and
Yep.
simple, okay,
So
so we.
In fact, I think they're the exact same panels that are
It's
on.
button down, okay.
Only a few months ago.
Yeah. Which was a stipulation, right? We worked that into the
Yeah, that they were
approvals that it was.
low and thin.
Go ahead.
So one of the, go ahead.
I guess I was gonna say, when I read the criteria for design principles for installation of solar harvesting resources on historic Pittsford Village buildings, it sounds like one of the key things is, point number 3 is solar harvesting systems on roofs should have no or very minimal visibility, I can't speak, very minimal visibility from any public way. And I think that's the debatable, like, is there visibility from behind?
Yeah,
It's kind of,
What
could be
yeah, I
interpreted
guess
a
the
little bit
question would be to
different
find
case by
minimal-
case. Yeah.
Right, minimal, like a gap between double branches. To me, that's minimal. If it's exposed and it's a whole long length that you can see it, so that's a different story.
My personal take would be this needs minimally visible. Personally, but I'm only one opinion on the board.
I agree with you. So,
and here in lines why we need a full board.
so. I did, no.
No, I've always been firm against it, and if you can see it from any public way, I've always voted the same way in every application.
So you.
I don't think that there's a space for it in preserving the home and preserving the architectural feel of the village that most of the people here in the village want. And it's not an opinion on me, it's just how I view historic preservation.
So, and then, so my view is, for example, which is kind of part of the boards, is a veneer is more the affects kind of the makeup or of a structural. It's like, but panels can be removed, the shingles can change, and the integrity of the structure of the house will always be the same. So the technology changes, and eventually, and I don't know, the panels will disappear, and we will have a little antenna that will collect or harvest the power of whatever eventually. So it will not change the essence of the building. So and probably visible, but it's the way it's presented, although it's kind of.
Going back to
Yeah.
Steve's, not your Steve, but Steve, the building inspector's question, do we need this many panels?
So, new owners, and right now nobody's living there, so we don't have a electric usage history. But this is a very small system, and I would suspect it's not even, maybe 50% of what their usage is, that's my guess.
Okay,
So let's vote and then.
you want to vote or put it as a table? Steve?
I have a question for Jeff. Alexander said something before, if they vote and it fails, can they bring it back?
Yeah, it's an inaction.
The non-action, even though it fails?
Yeah, it's not like the site plan approval, ZBA approval or default. or no, is it?
So they can come right back to the full board with the same application. Thank you.
If you understand, if you wanna take a vote tonight, you can, just to make sure you hear what the votes are. But otherwise, we can say to table it, but it's your choice.
There's no downside to not doing that, or no downside to doing it.
Well, if we can come back for that, that's what we would do. So.
So it's up to you.
Okay. Yes.
Is there a motion?
So we need a motion.
Make a motion to approve the panels as the application for the panels as submitted.
Second,
Member Murillo,
Yes.
member Rude,
yes.
Chair Olson,
No.
doesn't pass, fails. So nothing's happening today. The next meeting is June 15th.
Can we give those an agenda? for that?
You are on it, yes.
Because we don't all the members have a copy of both.
Yep.
Remember we was reading.
It's on the website for the public and for the board.
And do the applicants get it?
No, I mean, if they do their own research, it's not, we don't give specific things to every application.
It's on,
It's on the website,
the solar guideline, RC guideline.
yes, with our design standards.
All right, thank you. All right, so next up, we have 65 South, and I believe it's 65 and 63. Is it the same? Are we doing it at the same time?
Same applicants, two addresses, so you might as well.
Same applicant. Oh,
Yeah.
with-
Two addresses.
Oh, right.
How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Good, I'm Shannon Birkin from Empire Solar Solutions
Okay.
and the homeowners. Wherever you. First, I just want to ask, do you guys have a copy of the plans for both homes or just?
Okay, these are two separate applications.
Correct, yeah, I was just told that you might only have one, so I just want to make sure.
So if it's two applications, let's start with 65.
Sure. So I do know that you guys do not have a full board, but I would ask that if we could make a motion at the end, just so I kind of know where everybody stands.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
starting at 65, we are proposing the 39 REC 460 panels. It's a very similar proposal. It's black on black material, non-reflective glass. The existing property has an ample amount of screening, so I heard a couple of your concerns prior, which I
Yeah.
don't think really impact this property. You can't see it from the properties on the north or the south. The only property that does have visibility is their second location. So I just wanted to point that out. The system is sized out based off of the current demand, the utility bills that have been applied to us. We've got a year's worth of electric, so we can reference how many panels needed to support the system. I don't know if there's any further questions that you might have, but feel free to ask them. But I just wanted to touch base on those thoughts.
Are these the ones that are all black or the ones that have like the silver grid?
These are black and black, so they're not reflective glass, black trim, black glass. Yes. Oh, yes, it is a dark asphalt, it is, like dark charcoal roof as well, so it blends very well.
And the property is built in the 70s, I think 1977. On a private drive.
So it'd only be visible in the winter. When the leaves fall?
Not even really.
I think the layers of trees between each properties, I don't think that is gonna be an issue. But I guess if there is any type of concern, that would be the only time it could potentially be possible.
Potentially from the backyard, not from any street now.
Yeah, definitely not from the street. And we submitted photos showing that as well, if that street point of view.
Backyard of the street.
Where?
Fairly, I mean, you really have to look in to see the houses back there.
Yeah.
Which?
There's no about the.
Elm Road.
I'm sorry, no, Steve, what, because it's his call. What,
Well, it's the poor chair's call.
no, it's your call whether or not it's visible in the public way.
Like I say, you have to really search from two different roads to even see the homes that are back. Those homes sit in back behind the other homes off South Street. They're private, it's a private drive, the homes that are in behind everybody else.
So it's,
In my opinion, it would be as far as visibility, it would be a non-issue.
Then we like jurisdiction.
We don't have jurisdiction.
If we can't see it.
No, I mean, you can see them. Steve, what are you saying?
Pardon?
What are you saying about visibility?
I'm saying that there, you have to hunt back, see very little of those homes. It is. If you can see anything, you might see a foot of a roof from a certain place, but in my opinion, there's no historical reference to the view that would hamper this application.
Okay, so should we go through all 10 of these and talk about each one? Because if this is the criteria for design principles for installation of solar harvesting, there's still, especially with this being on the main facade of the house, other issues with these solar panels.
This isn't the main facade.
So the
Yeah,
question,
it's on the main facade.
still is,
If,
if it's visible from a public way.
I thought it was the
Then the
back.
board has
Wait,
jurisdiction.
it's going to bring this over.
But we have preservation over homes still in the village.
Everything, every piece of your jurisdiction starts with whether or not it's visible from a public way. If it's not visible, no jurisdiction.
So that is a private driveway?
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, there's no sidewalk, I mean, you have to really hunt.
No, I know because they are across my house, so I can never see the house. Unless I just. So then if we don't have jurisdiction, then there's nothing for us to do. I just feel. For me, it's very hard to see solar panels in front of a house.
Yeah,
And that is a beautiful, beautiful representation of the period house. And
For
we-
sure. And I
So-
totally understand that concern, but in this case, we wouldn't see them from the front.
No, I understand.
Yeah,
that
but I get
legally,
this.
I know exactly what you're saying about, but just legally, there's no, I'm just making an opinion.
For sure, yeah.
Even though there's no jurisdiction based on what our lawyer is saying.
No, hold on.
Hmm?
Not based upon what the law,
that's what you're saying.
but it's based upon what the code enforcement.
The code enforcement, so I'm just saying lawyer, you
Right.
represent the law, so you, whatever you
It's
say.
based on.
So the previous applicant, the big issue was the visibility from the street. Your application, I took even more exception to, in number 5, it says, in those cases where solar panels, which are very minimally visible from a public way, which is what I would consider this, have been approved, such solar panels shall be mounted in parallel with the roof structure and shall not protrude above the existing roof structure as minimally as possible and shall not be visible from above the roof line of a primary facade. So that's one, you could argue that. Moving down to number 8, the installation of solar harvesting systems shall not alter or conceal significant and or character defining features of a historic resource, property or structure, which I agree with Maria. This home and style and the location of where you're putting the solar panels. What is the, it's a house picture. There's this one, and then also. I mean, this right here. I mean, that's altering the character and design of the home, like.
But-
It's,
So we don't have
it's on-
jurisdiction.
yeah, so I mean, this is this is it, this is the correct home, right? It may be painted a different color, but
Yeah.
Is an asphalt roof a character defining feature of a home?
no, it's the roof structure and the style of the home. And yeah, maybe an asphalt roof would be, especially the shingle style.
Historic, and you're not changing the design of the roof by adding a.
Steve, you're misinterpreting this right here.
But hold on. It's either visible from a public way or it's not, and if it's not. These arguments are moved.
Oh, I respect that, and I'm just reading these off
No,
as where I stood
So,
in this case and in this
so
application.
Steve's jurisdiction stops at that determination. The board's jurisdiction starts with the question of whether it's roof, whether it's a character defining feature or not, whether it's affecting it. That's your jurisdiction.
Yes,
So, you could talk about this, but it's really moved.
That's very unfortunate.
So do we need a motion?
No.
Anything?
There's no motion to be made.
That is a private driveway. So in the minute you start going up the ramp and see the house, we are entering private property and nobody can see the house. I live across the street. You cannot see the house.
So this is 60.
This is
Five.
65, yeah.
Now, if we move to 63, I would argue that is,
Gonna withdraw our
Yeah.
application for 65.
Say it one more time.
I assume you're withdrawing your application to the board for 65.
Correct, we just wanted clarity, so yes, that would be correct then.
For the record, the applicants are withdrawing.
Yes, sorry, yes, that's correct.
Thank you.
okay.
And then
So,
63 is on the same, there is the neighboring location, so it's. the
yeah, but
same-
63 you can see without a doubt. I mean, Steve called me like a few weeks ago and was like, what are your thoughts on this? I drove by South Avenue and Elmbrook. And it's right behind, you can see it from behind the house that just had the chimney veneer put on it. If you're looking right at it, it's to the right and it's over the trees right there. And when there's no leaves on the trees here for 6 months of the year, that house, it's gray, it's clearly visible.
If you're looking
And
at
now-
the right road, the road of right.
I would argue maybe the roof is visible, well, the house.
Well, where are the solar
Well,
panels going around the roof, right?
yeah,
Correct.
but if you can't see the house.
No,
No, that's visible.
Yeah.
From the road. From a public way.
The roof is like the term, but it's based on.
And I guess we can come back with more pictures, but I don't think it's really visible from where.
Is that also in the front of the house or the back?
It's utilizing most roofs, it's not utilizing so the house is shaped like an L, so it's not using the
They're putting it on all sides of the home,
closest.
right here.
The first 20 feet,
The whole-
but then
The whole
it
room.
takes the position of the L in the back.
Okay, we can go in that. So
So what's the specific criteria that?
So at this point is you have to think about, so minimum. When you cover the whole roof with solar panels, it's like almost changing the character of so we put shingles, even though they are not original. They match kind of the character of the historic character. But solar panels do not match. It's just that historically, the Historic Preservation Society created some flexibility so people historic houses can adapt to the energy sources of the time. And there are certain constraints. One of them is minimal visibility. So that's one. But now, generally, those panels go in the back. So we have approved panels, as you notice.
Yeah.
There's division in the board in terms of what visibility is, but they are in from the back. But when you put solar panels in the whole thing, the character of the house is gone. It's like changing the siding of the house to, if I have like I have like wood, a wood
Fiberboard.
siding, and then suddenly you start putting metal, you're changing the complete character of the house. And that's what's happening with the solar panels in the home.
I mean, respectfully, I'll make a couple of points. So if you're looking at the front of the house, the roof is like this. So it's on the sides of the roof, if you're looking at the front of the house. Right?
That's correct.
So it is not the front of the house as the other one was, it's the sides of the house. The house was built 1977. You can argue it's a modern looking house. It would not be changing the roof character because it's very flat and very similar color to the actual shingles that are there. So, you know, I would say it's not like putting it on, brick house that's from the 1900s.
Right, but in 50 years, in 50 years, your home will be 100 years old. And then it will want to be preserved as we're preserving homes in this village. So even if it's a brand new house from the post-war, I shouldn't say brand new, I'm sorry. If it's a post-war house over on Courtney Circle, we take the same preservation views on homes, no matter if they were built in the 1950s or if they were built in the 1850s. Because at some point, this house, and these are beautiful homes, which you're lucky to have both of them. That's incredible. But they need to be preserved in the same fashion, no matter what the actual.
I certainly agree with the house itself, the structure of the house.
Yeah.
Take the board member Marilla's point earlier, you know, so you were making the point earlier that the roof technology could change, right? So if you're looking 50 years out, it could very well be that the shingles themselves will be solar panels. Right, they're working
They
on
do
that.
make those.
They make those.
Yeah, so I think, you know, in that case, if we're looking at roof shingles that are going on top of the roof, and we're not looking at changing, I agree, we want to change the character of the house and the structure of the house, but we're looking at, you know, putting something on top of the roof similar to a shingle in appearance and in character and color, then I would, you know, take to your earlier point that, you know, 50 years from now, we want to preserve the house, we haven't done anything to change the house, the character of the house, we're just changing the roof.
Let's vote.
Okay.
Can I just ask for a clarification? So is the criteria that from a public way, you cannot see anything, or just that you can see the house, then you decide about
See the feature.
You see any portion of the house.
No, you have to see the
the
feature.
feature that we're trying to change?
Yeah.
So if there were not panels visible from the street, it wouldn't be an issue.
It wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, which is what it was actually. Because it's only the right side on the front. That's the claim that.
If you change the design, then we would have to look at it to see what visibility there was, if there is visibility.
But currently the projection would be based off the fact that it is just the right side. That is visible, correct? I just want.
I'm not sure if,
I don't remember.
if you want to pull up a picture,
There's a
it's,
few
it's,
somewhere
it's,
that shows
Yeah.
it's this side right here. So from the street, it's the looker's left.
You're from south.
I think that's
the corner
Elmbrook.
of south and north.
Yeah, looker's left.
That would be, if you're taking out the left side of the house, or if you're looking at the right side.
Maybe that.
Either of them, or you can change the next meeting. and then
This is the
next time, because,
Yeah, I just want clarity on what needs to be, what would need to be addressed.
Pardon?
We can vote.
Would be June 15th. would be the
Yes,
next meeting.
you can.
But there are views from the street that show, I don't know what page it's on, but,
Yeah, hard to.
This is what they're looking at, if you want, I'm trying to find it in their packet, it's the same word.
do you know what page you're looking for?
They're not numbered.
They're not numbered.
Yeah, you're, no, that's okay. You did
It's a
that.
street.
No, that's totally okay. I just wanna, because if the alteration would be to shift the panels, I just wanna make sure that the proposal goes in correctly, you know, that, we don't make a shift and then that's still an issue.
So I never drove over to 60 to see on this, your 65 house, but what about from Eastview Terrace? There's no views from that, Steve? All right.
Workers like, okay. Okay, and it's not believed that there's an implement existing screening at this property right now?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You don't believe that there's an ample amount of existing screening to shield 63?
No, I do not. And I looked at it in 4 weeks ago, and nothing was in bloom either. So you have to take into consideration on that too.
So we can avoid that portion and that is visible, and we potentially we could come back with that. I mean,
I think it's these ones that are.
Yeah.
All right, so we should make a vote because we have a long schedule. If you want to vote, or we can make a vote to table it towards the next meeting.
Sure.
I'd just like to also add that, you know, I serve on the environmental board of the town, I've advised the village on environmental matters, you know, as a volunteer.
Yeah,
And I think a lot of people in the town do value and think that solar energy is an important thing, not just from the cost standpoint, as the prior applicant stated, but I think, you know, we would be limiting the character of the village in other ways if we were not allowed to, in certain cases where it was minimal visibility to participate in solar.
So, you know, the word sensitive is the stuff. So so this is me. So the historic, so there's regulations that are coming that are more flexible towards allowing, like I said already, solar panels and canopies, because it's very important. I agree with you. So, and the word, don't get this word aggressive, is that how aggressive the panels become kind of the center of attention of the whole house. That's like the one that was tabled because we don't have any jurisdiction over. So from the perspective of historic preservation, that is very intrusive in the whole look of the structure. So if it would be wonderful if you can accomplish with your technology and your knowledge, your engineering, to reduce the footprint or to figure out how to move it to a place that is not so invasive and that doesn't take, it's like you're basically decorating the house with solar panels, so it takes the whole attention, and then it just changes the feeling of historic housing or the character of the village, you know. So that's what we're trying to protect.
Yeah, but definitely regardless, I do wanna, like, for the record, I just want the vote established, that way. Like, we have it on record and then we can vote.
So you can come with a redesign or something.
Potentially, yeah.
Oh. Okay, so let's vote.
You wanna make a motion? Jim, do you wanna make a motion? Go for it.
I need the other. You start.
Okay, fine, I'll make a motion to deny the application as presented.
So then when would be our revisit?
Oh, wait, let's take a
Oh,
vote.
sorry.
Well,
So we say, yes, we accept it.
Is there a second?
You second it?
Yeah, so then how we vote, so if we want to approve it, we have to say yes, and if we want,
So we're gonna do the first and second to deny, and then we'll call the votes, see if you agree to deny it.
okay,
And so that, and then.
okay.
we'll see what passes with the deny.
An affirmative vote is a vote on denial.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Is there a second to deny the application as presented?
I'll second.
Member Murillo,
Yes,
member Rude,
Yes.
Chair Olson,
Yes.
motion passes.
Just to clarify, if we can establish that it cannot be seen. That no panel can be seen from any public road, then it's not within your jurisdiction.
it's not within our
We
jurisdiction.
don't even need to.
and I think you should go through these 10 bullet points in Alexandria. Can you get that to them?
Sure.
And make sure you specifically look at 5, 8, and 10 is what I noticed.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.
It should work with speed.
5:30.
You
So far, it looks like this application would be.
That's what you
Okay,
need.
and,
You decide.
if the applicants choose to withdraw, we do need it in writing. June 15th, 5:30.
Okay, we'll do 38 Rand.
For which one is it? Yeah, it's easy on that. So we have, yeah, you'd like to figure out. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And you can talk.
Okay, we'll go to 38 Rand.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Very well. I'm not sure he's not online.
I think these are done right here.
Oh, okay, thank you. Number 25 in a row. Well, right.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
How you doing? Tom Bacon. Hi, oh, wait, 1 second. Steve, if you want to talk to them, will you go outside with them? I said, if you want to keep talking with them, will you go outside? Okay. All right, thanks, Tom. You're good.
So we would like to replace our existing garage overhead door.
Yep.
It's mainly because it's riding.
in isoler. It's not really repairable, you know. And then, I think it's original, that is an addition on the house, I think it was done in, like it's on file here, 59.
Okay.
59, something like that. So I'd like to,
Well, the initial construction was 1923.
yes.
Okay, you're talking about the
Yes,
addition.
it was an addition in between.
Yeah, really.
So, yeah.
Most of our garages in the village are additions that are later. Yeah,
So I'm happy to put a steel. It would be insulated. The design of the door would match the design of the wood panel, with the 8 panels in each row.
yes.
And we could get a little bit of an insulation benefit. So our bedroom backs right up to the wall that connects to the garage, so it would be nice to have an insulated.
So you're gonna match the design, the 4x8 panels?
Yes.
So I can do it.
That it'll be like this?
Yeah, so those are 4x8.
I noticed
Literature that
there are two,
submitted.
you submitted two different types of.
Yeah, so
Two
there's,
styles, this one. But that was like,
That one has more,
yeah, and
So,
then
so they could do either, yeah,
This
so, and it wouldn't have any windows or anything, it would just be
this one will be without windows perfect.
okay, so.
no windows.
So I think Maria and I are down the same rabbit hole here. When we saw this image, both of our ears popped up and we're like, we should replace it in kind with exactly the same style. And which is your intention,
Yeah.
correct? Is to have the replacement look like this.
Right.
Okay.
Design, it will be steel.
Okay, that's fantastic. Okay,
Would it have a stamp pattern of any sort in it, or would it be smooth surface?
So in the same Germany.
Yeah.
So we should, I think they have the option and then what we suggest always not to be, they pretend to be wood like this.
They try to, yeah.
So it's better if they don't, and it's smooth. Yes, smooth, yes. So I think that you can.
This one, yeah, so. All right, it was a while ago.
no, it's okay.
So the detail shows how they would do the panel, which is how the wood door panels are installed now. And it would look very, very, very similar. That same like recessed.
Like I says,
Yeah.
here, you know, what you should look at, this is where our confusion came. And
Like
it's
like supply too much information.
in the copy, there's nothing. you
Oh,
can't
it's
see
not,
anything.
okay.
So when you
okay.
circle the style, we thought that this was that,
Okay.
which this is a carriage barn
Well, I'm
look.
glad I brought that.
Yeah, so in our design.
I
guide-
didn't even notice I
With
lost.
carriage
I
barn
didn't even
style.
notice that was lost.
Okay, you wanna look at that? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That's.
So the intent
fantastic.
was to have the panels in the new door match the existing.
Yes,
I motion to approve.
I second.
Yeah.
that's very nice.
Oh, I'm getting big.
Member Ruth?
Aye.
Member Marilla?
I,
Chair Oldham?
Yes,
Motion passes.
Maybe we will have that for the record. but-
Yeah.
I can-
Yeah.
that would be great. Thank you.
yeah, I get it. too.
You don't need to keep it.
No, I mean, it's-
Thank you.
I can get a better stand.
no, that's okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go to 5 Elmbrook Drive.
Well,
Hi, how are you?
Colleen Anderson's the name, 5 Elmwood Drive.
Meet you, Colleen.
Got some paperwork for you. It's probably redundant what you have, except that I've got, the model of the material I want to use and, plans from my landscaping. Let me give you, I made 5 of them.
Should be fine.
Well,
Thank you.
Is it? I have to ask Jeff or Steve on the number 5. We'll ask.
You can set it aside.
Oh, thank you.
My time, that was a 0, no,
Yeah,
but I heard that.
I'm not changing the footprint or the look of the house. It has an 18 by, I think, 9-foot porch on the front. And the deck, I want to replace just the deck.
of the porch, which is starting to rot. I think it's mahogany. The porch was an addition at some point, on the house, but it predates when I bought the house, so I don't know what year the porch was added. But I'm hoping not to use wood, I'd like to use, a similar looking composite, timberline composite.
I think I was in the board when that porch was approved, at least the roof part.
The roof.
I mean, the 2004 images,
Yeah.
don't have the porch, so you probably were on the board,
I was on the board for this part, yeah.
like late 2000s.
Yeah,
I bought it in 2012, and the porch was already there.
okay. Okay, I remember approving the little.
Oh, okay. I
So-
wasn't sure what year the porch was.
I think the scope of the project is perfect. I don't have any questions on that. I just have a question on the material. Are you open to another alternative material over this timber tech?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would love to. do
So
composite.
of course, in the village, we like to replace in kind. And I think everyone understands that in preservation. And there's a lot of projects in the village where we do replace in kind and people do. And I think one of the hardest spots to replace in kind is runners, steps, porches like this. So over the last few years, we've done extensive research and have approved multiple times for this exact style of application and preservation, if you will, a different material called Aeritas. And we would much rather just continue with that based on the integrity, the material and the craftsmanship and the styling. And the research that we've done as a board, we really believe in that product. And for the record, we have absolutely no affiliation with them by any means. I don't want it to ever come off like that. Because I am a sales rep by trade, but I sell test and measurement electrical equipment. So it has nothing to do with this. So there's no sponsorship. But jokes aside, if you're okay, would you like to investigate in the Aeritas product? Okay.
How bad is is it really not, there's not an option to replace some boards here and there instead of?
I thought about that, and eventually, I would say within the next 2 to 3 years, they're all gonna go. So if I'm gonna do this, I will just do it again.
I didn't investigate porch.
Oh,
I don't know what.
Yeah, Veritas also makes a fascia kind of thing.
Yeah.
because the portraits of this period, the boards, they show,
Yeah.
they are not covered by acacia.
Oh, okay.
So that's a condition of the porches of that period.
Yeah.
So as they go, so this is the front, so you can see, and then
You like that?
it's not that I like, it's just that generally, historically, that's the construction system that they use and they never covered it.
Oh, okay.
So
They didn't put a quarter round on it or
No.
a half round rather on it?
the oldies are like that. If you pay attention, you can just see and they fly a little bit.
Yeah.
Like in the inclination, so the water.
Yeah.
So that is a detail that we always preserve
Okay.
because if not, they start to, when they put the fascia to cover like the boards.
Yeah, that happened.
That is 1980s version of porches or
Okay.
70s.
It looks like it is that way.
Right that way right now, so.
Those hanging over.
Exactly. So if whatever they do, they need to match exactly it's the construction system or the,
Tony roof.
but you can see the tongue
Yeah.
and roof, they don't cover it with a fascia.
The front,
I want it to look exactly like it does.
Yes,
Perfect.
I
because
would like it to look like I didn't do any work.
yeah.
one of the things about the village is our houses are really humble houses over time. So like Balcom, where I lived, they were supposed to be little houses of workers of the mills. And then, so the structures, so we preserve its simplicity or the way it was built at the time so that is the only thing we used to we're always very careful with that detail.
That's great to call that out, make sure that we understand that.
I think, and it's part of the regulations of, they show it in one of the
Oh, and the design guidelines.
design guidelines, yeah.
So do we make an approval tonight based on the fact that the material will be an Aeritas material? Or, and we'll send you the information. I think Alexandria can get it too.
AERATIS, I think.
AERITAS.
Is there, I could just clarify for the applicant, Timber Tech is an absolute no, or is this a recommendation for them to research it? Because that was a little unclear for.
On a front porch like this, it's most likely an absolute no. I don't know if it probably wouldn't pass tonight.
It won't pass.
That's okay. I don't know where it has crossed, but I'll cross that bridge.
Yeah,
Get to it.
I don't think it's anything
Got it.
exuberant.
Huge difference.
Yes.
You have two options. You can ask them to table it, do your investigation, come back after that. Or they can approve it. And if you decide you don't want to do it, you come back and modify your application to something you want.
I'm just assuming go for a vote tonight. See what happens.
With the condition on the right
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
All right, so
Very fast.
I'll make a motion to approve the application with the following amendment. That the material used is not the Timber Tech steps, Timber Tech white fascia or any of the Timber Tech tongue and groove material, but that it's replaced and used with an Aeritas material that has been approved before for applications like this in our village.
And
That includes both the deck and the fascia.
The deck and the fascia.
And if for some
And the
reason they
steps.
don't have 4 inch, like I have now, I'll say, look, I don't need,
You come back.
I'll come there.
Yeah.
But.
and then with the condition that they replicate exactly what is there
Yep.
today.
That's what I,
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
all the history in this village.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you want to see the material in, you can look at 28 Lincoln, the church, they just redid all forms and width and red.
Okay,
I will, thank you.
is there a second?
Second.
Member Morello,
So voting with the amendment, and yes.
member Root,
Aye.
Chair Olson,
Yes.
motion passes.
Thanks very much.
If you come before noon tomorrow, I probably have a sample here from the port.
Appreciate it.
You got it.
Okay, next up, we have 25 Monroe Avenue for patio walls.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I have samples in the back,
Oh, okay.
to see them.
Let's talk first,
Sure.
and then we'll go that route. Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe we could walk back there rather.
Oh,
Yeah. So tell us about your project.
right, I've completed a.
And you're James, I'm sorry, right?
James, yes, completed a porch, we did your approval,
Yep.
a year ago, and now between the porch and the garage is an area that I wanted to create, a patio, an outdoor area.
One more swing set?
The swing set will have to come down when we move. Yeah, that's exactly where that swing set is. Yeah. So it's just to create an outdoor area, I guess is what I say. The porch is it's beautiful, but it's indoor and just occasionally we want to sit outside.
Yeah. So the main question here isn't necessarily the patio itself, it's the walls. Is that correct, Steve? Okay.
Patio's not.
The patio's not even in our purview.
No, it's not. It's a permeable surface.
Yeah.
Steve and I had some lengthy discussions about that. So,
Okay.
yeah. I will mention, I did go around the town to see the village, to see what was already in existence and tried my best along with the contract to match what I saw in terms of retaining walls and other structures like it, and that's what I ended up with, so.
Yeah. I didn't have too many questions with this, and I took out my tape measure and got to 27 inches and made sure that it wasn't, like a barrier wall. but
Yeah,
It's
no,
still a
the
sitting
sides are
wall,
6 inches.
because we want it to be
Four,
like,
four tall, would be 27,
yeah,
and then the capstone is 27 inch, yeah.
yeah.
What is
Yeah,
the
it's more
material?
of something that people.
It's right back
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, I can show you, one of.
Oh,
It's all, is it all real stone?
Yeah.
It's not faux or
No, no, it's
painted or anything like
good
that?
stuff, I can bring it up.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to bring it up. Maria can go back there. I mean,
So this is what the wall would look like. And then, that's okay. This is then the capstone would be on top of that. So 4 high of this, and then this capstone, little left, was it like that, that will be top shelf, or yeah, they're all real. Height.
thank you.
yeah, we've had some other applications come in. One was supposed to be a restaurant, if anyone on this board recalls. But they had like 3 feet walls with very wide pillars that went up and then to a light. And that was just like cumbersome and intimidating from the street.
Yeah.
And I don't see anything about that.
No, I actually wanted to keep that open air feel.
Yeah,
The original plan was just the patio, but then the contractor came back and showed the walls, and I was like, I love that.
Yeah.
Look, so.
yeah. I don't have any questions. I think that it flows well with the property and it's not a negative impact on the historic resource.
Your foundation, just a curiosity, the foundation is with stone?
Well, underneath it, I don't have all the details.
Are you asking about the actual house?
Hmm.
Okay, she's asking
Oh,
about
I'm
the
sorry, the
actual.
house itself, yeah, it's the foundation of the house are stones with mortar in between them. Yeah, both the house and then the porch, which was added later, which, I mean, I redid the porch, but the foundation itself is still the same.
It's still, okay.
It's stone,
So the wall doesn't go in front of that, though.
no. No, it
That's
does not.
just on the patio.
Right, correct, yeah. There's several pictures of it, I don't know which, I don't remember if I submitted one.
Look at that.
Right, no, that's correct, yeah, so the walls are really just here, there was one picture where the wall went further, but I didn't like that, it's really just in front of the porch. This is the house, this is the porch, and this is the garage. So here's the sidewalk in the street, yeah,
Okay.
the driveway's here. Yeah, and actually, this is, you can see the lines through it, this is not here, it'll basically end there by the house, so these are the walls with some, some pretty big openings in them. My neighbor loves to walk through to go to her yoga class, so I told her to leave an opening for her. Oh my goodness. Hey.
So it's about the height that you would sit on it.
Of what?
You'll be able to like sit on the wall.
That's what I was hoping, sitting on it, maybe some potted plants, or, yeah, it's really just kind of that feel to it, 27 inches, so. Yeah, it's not a privacy wall. or
It's not
anything.
like super high, so
No,
yeah.
it's more,
that's-
look, I mean, these tables, typically 30-inch tables, is what you
Yeah.
got, so it's, it's about this high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks nice.
Okay, motion to approve, that's submitted.
I second,
Member Miranda,
yes.
member Rude,
Aye.
Chair Olson,
Yes.
thank you.
Good luck.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
There's a correction on the agenda that 11 should be before 10, just to let you know, because 10 is information only.
Okay, so let's go to,
We're on the-
we'll get there, we'll
yeah.
get there.
To what?
So we'll do 55 Monroe Avenue porch repair. How are you? Happy Memorial Day.
Oh.
Thank you for your service.
So I'm Paul, I'll be the contractor for Jamie Richards.
Oh, but
Of course, you're looking at the host.
Yeah.
This is what they're looking at, so you wanna follow there.
So
So, yeah, and people, you know,
So do you own the contracting business or are
I'm
you?
retired,
Yeah,
but I still carry my insurance, so.
okay,
I'm
nice,
actually, okay.
nice, nice. Well, as I was looking through this, it looks really nice.
Yeah.
This is like perfect preservation.
And,
in my
just a
opinion.
little background, my apartment was almost 50 years.
Really? So you're gonna turn these yourself?
Victorian restoration.
Wow. So you're gonna turn these yourself? On a lathe? Are you gonna do the work yourself?
No.
Okay, just the install?
This, the pictures that you have of the new ones that I supposed to put in. It's a company out of Texas called, Vintage Woodworks. And it's all cedar. And, I had ordered the one spindle. And I've been around to all the historical places, you know, and just couldn't find anything close. And you know why? And they're planning on being in this house for a long time, so I wanted to make it cedar,
Yeah,
you know. Because anything that I can find in the historical place too. You know, it's be always so it's pine, and so it's there. You know. But I was able to find the actual bottom rail.
yeah,
For the exact design, and I found a piece of the top rail. I think I have the pictures of this long, so my thing is that the rock, the post, they don't look that bad in these pictures for Lincoln, they're totally gone.
yeah.
Uh.
No, they don't look great in the pictures either.
They're like,
This is the replacement.
That's the replacement. It's fantastic.
the railings,
Yeah.
they're really rotten, but they're only rotten up this far up.
Yeah.
So
That's
my
all that
plan
matters.
is I found a piece of the top rail. My plan is to cut the rod out and use as much as the piece that I found and splice it in with dowels and use some pocket jigs.
Yeah,
And then I'm gonna replace all the spindles. Because I can't totally match it, but what I found there in Texas is pretty close.
Oh, this is great.
yeah. No, this is really good.
Okay.
I don't have any questions. Does Jim or Maria?
This is a great application.
Yeah,
It's a happy application.
yeah. So I'll make a motion to approve it as presented. Second.
Member Miranda,
Yes.
member Rude,
Yes.
Chair Wilson,
Yes,
motion passes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck, Paul.
Thank you.
This is one that we could use for the Gaskin in 2027,
Okay.
next year. We'll come
If
with that,
it's completed.
if it's completed.
Yes.
Okay, so we are going to go to, oh wait, where's my agenda? We're gonna go to 14.
Well, there 36 each number sheet is an application, so they should be heard before the
Oh,
information.
36.
Yeah,
Okay, so we'll go to 36. I don't have it in front of me.
Did I take yours?
yeah.
No, it's right here. I'm sorry. We'll go to 36 East Jefferson. Hi, how are you? You're Marcia? Marcia, thank you. So tell us about your project.
I'm doing siding, doing the front siding, and as I was thinking about it, I thought I wanted to just sort of dress up the front a little bit,
Yeah,
and so, because it's pretty beat up, really closely, so I just thought I'd put a few things around this. Around the door, some trim around the door, trim on the top, put a couple of extra lights in, so it's easier to see. And that's about it.
yeah. So I looked up the property type. I believe it's like a Cape Ranch. Is that kind of what you would call it? This style home?
It was a mid-century.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely a Cape style home, either mid-century or like a ranch cape, because it doesn't have the dormers.
Right.
It's kind of what I was finding. And there's there's multiple examples of this style addition, in my opinion, that this isn't too far out of the ordinary.
I looked hard
Yeah,
to make sure it's following the rules.
yeah. What about material of these additional, and
It's-
what about the siding? Are you doing in kind?
Same what it is. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, same. And it's gonna actually be the same color. It's just, because I'm only doing the front and the sides. So I'm just keeping it all the same color, and like, since I was doing that, I thought I'd at least dress it up a little bit.
Mhm.
And then the last thing is the railings. They are falling apart, so I put two pictures in there, one with railings, one without, because I had no limit on my mind, and I thought if you just prove it, I could make my mind up as I.
Absolutely, as you go, yeah.
Because it's so low, it doesn't require railings.
Right.
Yeah. I think the railings are not even original to the house.
They are definitely not original.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that would be,
they're decorative. Is that what you call them?
I would call them like, yeah, so. Yeah, they don't, it's better without, because originally they don't have, and if they have them, they are generally made of iron, like little thin iron.
I found that picture that you, I think that's the one with railings.
This one?
Yeah. and
Yeah.
That looks at least a little bit more substantial.
So this is from the church that we just replaced.
Oh, maybe.
And that's what I was talking about with Colleen from Eastbrook. Is that, I'm sorry. Eastbrook?
Yeah, but
Elmbrook.
these houses, those, the type of railing, these railings are like 1970s.
Yeah.
Type of, which doesn't match.
Yeah.
They're not.
But that railing, I think, might be okay.
That railing is very 1980s.
This,
Eh, 1890. It's from the 1800s.
It's like 1980s.
No, 1800, like these ones, yeah, these are very. That, the 1800s, like at the end, like my
Yeah.
house would probably have these, not this, not caves.
Yeah. Is this material or style?
that was style, and I don't know if I would totally, I've seen a lot of caves with nice, railings like that, but. If you're saying take off the railing, it's fine too.
Yeah, that's what I'm suggesting,
Okay.
but I'm one person,
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I'm fine with that. That is from the contract that is to do.
Okay.
That's the materials.
Steve, as a building inspector, do we have any issues with the Certainty Restoration Millworks material?
No, because the house is already vinyl and aluminum trim on it. So. It's a non-standard exterior.
So what are we replacing the siding with?
Same,
Same.
Vinyl?
whatever it is, it's same to same.
And the trim is vinyl, so I assume.
Whatever that stuff is.
Certainty Restoration
He
Millworks?
said it's like, he said it looks like wood, it looks a little bit nicer than just plain old vinyl. It's gonna look better than it does now. I
Yeah,
mean, there's no doubt about it.
yeah, I just want to,
Staying for staying, we know what it is.
So, and then if
Siding.
If I-
Same kind of replacement.
Right,
another thing is we do not judge if it's pretty, like, it's not for us to decide if it's pretty or not, which is whatever the historic period says.
Right.
Because there are hideous periods in history, but it doesn't matter if you like it or not, that's not for us to decide in pretty, just what is historically appropriate. So.
Sounds like all the arguments are in favor of same to same, so
Same
the
design.
motion.
well, we really don't have jurisdiction to say no to save the same.
Yeah, so.
well,
Okay.
we're voting on it because it's a new design feature
It's trim.
being added to the house, so
That
maybe
would be-
material isn't, but we should take this as a design review.
Mhm.
And not necessarily a same to same, if not, there are multiple different design changes, but. As far as the design changes go, I don't have any further questions.
If they remove the railings, that would be great. That's just,
I'm definitely removing the particular railings we have right now, because they might fall over, so those are coming off.
yeah.
And, I don't have to have a railing.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, if she wants some railing, what railing would you suggest? One that replaces this identically? Or what style would you suggest? I personally,
The
again,
one-
this is all personal, so it doesn't mean anything to anybody right now. But I think the railings are nice and they add a kind of that New England style to the home, which this home represents. Whereas the images from the church are very late 1800s. So like if you wanted to keep these. Yeah, 1980. So if you wanted to keep them or replace them, I would say replace them in kind. So that this design stays the same.
No, those are not, those are not,
Those are probably Home Depot purchase.
not even,
Yeah,
I think somebody took something, yes, it's, yeah, really
Yeah.
bad.
Okay,
So, but if you give me exactly the kind that you think should be there, and if I need to get it, I'll do that kind.
to be honest with you, the railing that I know, like I've studied on probably, so I need to be
and
corrected.
are you
I generally like metal, iron.
like a wrought
Yeah,
iron?
so wrought iron, that's the thing about this period, because this period is like post-war. So they're pretty standard, really easy. So you see, there's basically minimal ranch, one floor, one roof done. We put people in houses to solve the problem of housing, that's what it represents.
All right, well, then I will not be doing a railing.
So railings were generally those intricate, those intricate like designs in like some of them, the fancy ones. If not, they are super simple. If not, they probably never put something like that. That comes in the 70s, that kind of railing that is a little bit more spacious. The mule goes on the outside, they're going at the outside. So, and they generally are, the store, they sell them in the store. So I honestly, with the additions of the little trims and things, you don't need the railing for the outside. You can have the bushes on the side and make it nice.
I'm good with that.
Okay,
Because the installation then is like starts moving, you have to attach it to the house, then when you attach it to the stoop, how are you going to attach it?
Right,
You
right.
attach it to the- I have that problem. I hate railings anyway. That's when I, yeah, okay, so that is, it's a blah, blah, blah.
Picture speak.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay, then I'll make a motion to approve the application as presented and. We'd also make the amendment for approval of removing the current railings. And that's at the owner's discretion.
Second.
Member Murillo,
yes,
member Ruth,
Yes.
Chair Olson,
Yes,
motion passes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice night.
I like these buildings.
They did a really nice job.
Yeah, the proportion is perfect for the, and the way they install.
Okay, so now we have, we have for information only, 14 Eastview Terrace. Hi, how are you?
Happy under.
Yeah, thanks, yeah. Don't worry, dinner's at 8:15, so you guys. Yeah, sure.
You know.
What?
Ella Hall, Ryan Hall, we live at 14 East Street Terrace, we moved in 2019, got 3 children there. We currently do not have a garage at all, and so we are interested in building a garage, so we no longer need to strip this off all the money. And we are also interested in bumping out our second floor to add a bedroom and a bath.
Okay. So again, this is for information only. And I think the main thing that I was confused about were some of the elevations. Let me just skip them, I think. This elevation right here, if we look at this. So I can turn this around so we can look at it too.
Yes.
No, I want, you guys should come up here. Let's all take a look at it. So. So here's the front of your home.
Yes,
Over here, the existing.
yes,
And then we have a proposed rear elevation.
Right.
Is this of the home?
the back of the home,
This is the proposed rear elevation of the home.
right,
Okay, and then what is this?
the garage,
That's the new garage that you want to build?
correct.
Okay,
In the position of that shed.
in the position of this shed back here.
So that's not eliminating the porch.
No, not at all. This would be detached garage built at the end of the driveway.
Okay, so for information only, what we like to see on our, in review is all elevations like existing. And then all elevations proposed changed, even if you're not changing them, just because I was like, is this whole thing the garage?
So
I thought this was the rear of the garage.
juxtaposition, so you got
Yeah,
new, you got existing then new.
exactly. So what we can do is we can see what's changed like this, because this, I was very confused on if this was the entire garage. If this is the back of the garage, and then, because it looks like it kind of matches up, obviously it would have been mirrored and this would go over there, but anyways. I would say, when you come to present, make sure that you have what Jeff just said, is that juxtaposition of the two
Sure.
side by
From
side,
the street.
existing front, proposed front, even if nothing's changed, just so we
Right.
can like see the scope of the entire.
So
project.
that, yeah, that, which wouldn't include anything to do with the rear.
Yeah.
And then you also want existing rear and proposed rear.
Yes,
Okay.
yep. So we can see side by side changes.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry, I know you were done, so I'm late to understand.
Okay.
So this is the house,
Proposed rear of the
the
house.
house, and this is
Correct.
the garage, which is a standalone,
Mhm.
Correct.
okay?
And there's no changes to the front elevation.
Right.
Perfect, that's very
Yeah.
good. And, so, can we see the addition? If they put that addition on the back of their house, can we actually see anything?
You would barely, I mean, you kind of see it, you know, what I mean, from the side, from a like sidewalk, you would be able to see the addition.
Okay,
It's not hugely visible, but it is,
yeah,
and they need to have some planning and zoning approval.
oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Which is why they want to come in for information, only just to get an opinion on the design.
Yeah, so the only thing, go ahead.
So like what Maria was asking is like, if this is the existing front of your house, and I know it doesn't look like it, but even if the addition is like back here and this is your driveway that kind of comes down the house this way, we would still then want to see like whatever you call this, east or west or north or south elevation side by side. And then so we can understand like the mass that you're putting on, how does that look like when someone's driving or walking by? How does it look like down the side profile of your home?
Sure,
So we can see those two elevations next to each other.
sure.
Where
Yeah,
yes,
it's very
like straight
very
on like
limited.
this, we can't really understand the full depth of it, but when you see it like the side of the home right next to it, then you can say, okay, here's the addition that's being added on.
Sure.
Like, right, is it very little or is it like cumbersome and like a 2/3 larger than what is existing already?
Okay.
Another thing that is calling my attention right now is the proportion of the garage itself. That it looks, it feels, and I visualize it a little bit too big for the lot, and I'm not sure if it's true or not, but something to think about as you start designing. Because it
Yeah.
seems to be that you're using that second floor for extra space, like a living space or like a,
Recreation.
yeah, okay. So those proportions, because in the past, in my experience, those have been things that will deter the board from approving the proportion.
We have a
Yeah.
3-story house.
Yes.
So it's definitely significantly shorter than our house.
Yes.
And at the
then-
very back of the driveway.
And maybe the footprint in relationship to the whole lot, see?
Like you would want to see that too.
So that is, because that has been a
Include the site
concern in the past, that I have noticed that sometimes the footprint is a little bit larger than in proportion to the lot, maybe your lot is big enough.
We have a very long lot.
They have
We
a
back,
variance for impervious cover.
Okay.
we back up to 65 South. So we have a whole extra lot behind our house.
Okay.
So there's 80 feet between the garage, between the proposed garage end and our back property
Okay.
line.
Good.
So,
I'm not sure if you're aware in the village area that there are 25% coverage on a lot. There isn't one neighborhood that isn't under 30 as an average.
Okay,
You know, I mean, they still have to come in for variance, but they said.
We have-
The lots were all small, you know, we are in a postage stamp community.
yeah. So have you guys ever reviewed the design standards? That's this
I've
document?
looked at them.
You have? Okay, so
In any sort of.
before coming in for an official approval, and I think Maria was starting at this, there's garages and barns, which is 76, but that's for mostly existing garages and barns. Then there's also additions, which is 34.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of good material in here on what we would look at, and most of it is size and scale, compatibility to like the existing structure. Like if we looked at this right here, and if you were like, would you approve this tonight? This is all in for information only. We would probably ask to remove this man door and probably this roof right here and keep it at a garage that looked more like that.
How do existing 2-floor garages in the village, how do they access their upstairs space?
there's
Plenty of,
And by removing this man door, you could put it on the side of the,
but then they have
side.
stairs inside the garage. Does that block the
Yeah.
car space?
I'm not sure.
So if you have a long lot, then you enter into the back and then you put the stairs on the back. So so what maybe is instead of creating all these multiple roof type of lot, you can have, single, like, and then you can elongate, see? And then you can have your entrance someplace here, see?
We have I have a hill down to the back of the lot.
So
It starts to get tricky.
yeah, so those are the things that. So basically what I said
Yeah.
is simple front,
Mhm.
then the side can handle it.
Yeah. And then I think we would also want to define what that barn, like what that garage is. Is it a garage? Is it a barn? Is it an auxiliary dwelling unit?
Yeah.
Is it, how are we looking at this? Because we've had some people switch back and forth between it's a barn, it's a garage, and we're like, okay, we taking this as a garage, or we taking this as an additional like dwelling
ADU,
unit
yeah.
that we're looking at like a second structure on the home, or is it, like you said, a place to park your cars and just like put your lawnmower? And so we would like to like better understand what you guys are looking for.
Yeah,
too.
because that looks like more than a garage. That's not.
We're definitely interested in having the space upstairs as an additional space.
Yeah,
I
for
hear
our-
you, but
Yeah.
so we're not looking at a garage, we're looking at a ADU.
yeah, and we'd take it
Is it
a little bit
gonna be
different.
finished to dwell in, or is it just gonna be stored?
It's not gonna-
Well,
It won't be.
It will have power and
it'll tower longer or anything like that.
And this is starting to get out of our purview of
Yeah.
what Jeff's asking, but like, will there be like a bathroom and like a kitchen?
definitely no kitchen.
Okay,
I don't,
so I mean, then we're just
It's
trying to
possible,
have you
but
guys
I-
define it as like, all right, what do we look
but
at?
it'll have our cars in it, definitely in the first floor. So to me, that's a garage with
So-
space above it.
What was the house number on, Jeff, I'm looking right at, I know you're gonna know.
Look at the wrong cat.
5 Sutherland.
No, not 5 Sutherland. Although that is one that you could say, like, look what they just built.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Because,
It's the same architect, actually.
yeah, so, it's the greenhouse on South Main, heading out of the village, leaving the village on the right side. Is it 87? It's green and it has a little red roof right in the front. And they built like a little, what do we call it, it's the house, and then there's a little attachment room, like a mud room.
Mhm.
And then they had an existing barn that they ended up really modifying and making it a barn where you could pull your cars in and then have a huge hangout area up top.
Okay.
And that we took not as a garage, we took it as like a barn. I live at 26 Church Street.
Mhm.
And if you look at my house, I have a 700 square foot barn that I wouldn't call my garage because upstairs is like as big as this room. It's huge. So I wouldn't call that, if I came into the board and was like, I'd like to renovate this, I wouldn't say it's gonna be my garage, it's gonna be my barn. Where like, yeah.
There's a set of standard definitions we can work.
Because I think it would all be in
The first floor of that auxiliary building
Yeah.
is for cars. and
Yeah.
The second floor is for storage, or if we can get rid of stuff, people to play.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Okay, so yeah, we need to like look at that, and then as far as the design goes, again, all information only, I would just have it. Do you want to talk about the design?
So I'm thinking, it's not that I have the answer, so it's a way for us to have conversations, for you to have clarity and for us to have clarity and probably to make decisions about if there needs to be a variance or anything. So it would be convenient for them to not call it garage, but call it something else, so then we look at the design for what it is, and then they have more flexibility with the second floor.
I'm kinda curious, cause what's it, you can have a usable space in a garage in the second floor and it still is a garage.
I hear you, but then, so this,
Unless you're gonna create an ADU up there, then it creates a whole different world.
because, so the criteria, when we look at the garage, then we look at the entrance, that is the entrance to the stairs to the second floor, and then it just starts to create another dimension of the garage. So I'm looking at the garage, but the dwelling. I'm thinking out loud because it's a way that we have to process to approve. To ensure that we can approve, that no other regulations will deter you from approving what you want, you know? So that's the only thing I'm doing. So what it would be convenient for them to just, because what you're saying, what I'm hearing you say is, it's better to present it one way or the other, because then as a board, we can look at it. Yeah, so he said, oh, the door makes sense there.
Yeah.
Because it's not a garage, it's will hold the cars, but there is an option for to be a little bit higher because there's going to be a bathroom and a living area or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, this is the other one, page 30. So steps to consider before you design. I'm not gonna read through it, but number 2 is define the characteristic elements of both the general neighborhood and the immediate environments. Look for such identifying features as building height, scale, setback, site coverage, orientation, spacing between buildings, rhythm along the street, and such site elements as walls, walks, trees, and fences. And there, it goes into a lot of other things. So I would definitely review this section 3, new construction, with your architect too, and say, you know, make sure that when we are designing all of this, we keep all of this in mind too. And then it goes into additions, like I said earlier, for the back side of your house. There's evidence of compatible additions and alterations. Then there's incompatible alterations that obviously you would say, okay, that looks like the scale is way too large, or we're removing a characteristic defining feature, which I think Jim was gonna ask about the front of the house when he said, you're not removing the porch, are you? That's like, okay, we do not wanna like remove any character defining features like that.
I just want to ensure that the proportion that they can, so they are a growing family, they have in the village, because it's areas where there's no basements, because so those are spaces that it's kind of becoming a necessity for the flexibility to create spaces that are a little bit larger. So, which is not exactly an ADU, but is like what you're saying is it allows for them to build the space.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And there's additions in the village that you can say that are like, oh, those are really nice, well well-designed additions that actually add a lot of square footage. I think you guys are gonna have a really nice addition. This is all for information only, and I'm sure it sounds like a lot, but I'm just trying to like make sure you have all the information before you go to the architect and like go down this path. And then
Is there a
get in
set
front of us.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Is there a set of definitions on the auxiliary unit? Because I think what we'd like to do is select a set of features that confidence would get approved.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But also not pitch it as a garage, but if I want like an industrial sink in the
Yeah.
garage, not have it become an ADU where now we have to negotiate all of that
Yeah.
stuff. So is there a set of criteria?
that might be with Steve.
I don't think, go ahead, Steve.
I'm not sure what the question.
I don't think there's criteria. I think what you're hearing from the board though is if you come in and ask for a garage, then it's going to, they're gonna look at it through one lens or a specific lens. Tell me, I'm okay.
Yes, yes.
But if you come in and say, look, this is where we're gonna put our cars, but in addition, this space is gonna do the following things for the property. They're gonna look at it through another lens, that this is more than a garage. It's some kind of auxiliary structure that's gonna have storage and car space and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's all part of looking at your property as a whole. If it's a garage, it ought to walk like a garage, talk like a garage.
Yeah.
But if it's an auxiliary structure, then it's gonna walk like an auxiliary structure, talk like an auxiliary structure. Architecturally speaking, that I probably am not making any sense.
Oh, you're making a lot of sense. Reading
So
through the village.
you can't go, boom, stamp. It's more of a what works on the property.
Yeah, so the positive things here for what you want. So what I'm trying is to ensure that you get what you want. But when I think about constraints of things on the side, not because you don't want me to do that, actually is trying to create the conditions for the application to be approved. So what does it need? So if it's a garage, like if we're looking at as a garage, so there are features like move that door. Generally, a garage in the village doesn't have a front door, but if you propose it as an auxiliary dwelling space, then dwelling will be an opportunity. So then you can see, it makes sense that those windows are placed and that the height of the whole structure is not, it doesn't behave like a cape, you see it? Because a cape is a space, you have space in the roof to live. It's a dwelling space. That's what capes are. It's a first floor with, you can have a roof that is so high that you can live up there. So you are going to create the narrative around your structure to be more than a garage, and it will be easier to approve the front problem.
So I think where I'm confused is that I haven't read a lot of that. I've read a lot of the village code, which seemed to make it very clear that ADUs are like absolutely no go.
That's what we're trying to.
So that's what we're trying, yeah, we're.
It's not, that's why I use the word auxiliary structure. It's not an ADU. An ADU is specifically a secondary living space and where it is a whole structure in which a human being can live. This is not, this is living space, but it's not going to be designed in a way that a person or a family could live there.
Yeah.
This is just.
Yeah.
So we could have a
You can
bathroom.
do this.
And not
I'm not
cost-
saying that.
oh,
this-
see, to me in the village,
Yeah,
there was,
we were-
and there was ADU and ADUs, no, and garages, yes, and so we went this way, but if they're, okay.
All right, just clear something up though, whether you have a bathroom, a kitchen, a living room, or, bounce house in there, got nothing to do with the board. What has to do with the board is the physical size and the look of the structure.
Okay.
Compared to the property, and if they think it's compatible with the neighborhood and other structures comparable.
And because this is a rural village and your house is old, the houses that appear do not have like garages. So they are always additional, so there's a little bit more leeway to look at them, just because you know, the car came to be, like the telephone, and then it starts to change the way houses.
Yeah, ours did have a garage, which we're the third owners. The first owners turned it into a one-car garage and took half of it to be a bedroom bathroom on the first floor. And then the previous owners to us took the rest out, and it's this beautiful back den. But unfortunately then, yeah.
Yeah, so it has been so good. So tell me the wisdom.
No, thank you for your
statement. Yeah.
But yeah, I would direct you to the design guidelines and just run through all of that.
Right.
And there's precedents too, that you very look. So look at, like you say, the same architect that did the other one, so they have a precedent. There's stuff that has been, that is already there and has been approved.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Ellen, you stand up, you're gonna lose your phone.
Thank you.
I don't wanna see it, Brad.
Appreciate it. Okay. Other than elevations though, what to bring you back? And a design that we can argue.
Materials,
Yeah.
materials like garage door.
Yeah, we do have all that.
Yeah, you did, yeah. Window materials, like
Siding.
siding,
The detail of the.
Roof
form,
material.
The moldings, whatever, the closer it looks to your house, the better.
Yeah, we currently plan to match all house materials, which is.
I'm sure this is like it's just the model, but like this box right here, Maria usually points out that,
And it's in the guide.
yeah, you wouldn't have it boxed like that. Where your home, let's see if you can see it here.
The returns of the roofs. You want
Actually,
to
theirs
want
might
the
have
actual
it, but yeah,
house.
you would want it to match. I can't
Yeah.
see from this picture. But like whatever is right here.
Yeah, the soffits, the soffits, like the overhangs, to try to match it, so as long as it's like the baby, the house and the baby,
Right.
genetically the same.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you.
I think another is like a baby.
Yeah, it is. It's good. Okay, member items. Let's do June training time. That's all right. That's all. Oh.
I can't hear.
Oh.
I get really distracted. We haven't had the best success on me inserting training periods into our yearly calendar and people are showing up or asking about topics, so we can try again for a June meeting. I thought maybe a lunchtime would work. Maybe not, sometimes we said before, I know everyone's schedules are really confined. I don't need an answer right now, I just need to put a plug in again, because we are missing some board members too.
Yeah.
So we don't have to decide anything, we're either gonna do training as part of our calendar and I proctor it, but if not, I don't wanna like waste things.
No, we should do training. It should be on our schedule. It's a good way for all of us to be kept up to speed and up to date with our training. So for the June meeting, will you have like 3 different options and make 2 of them at lunch and then 1 of them like before or after the meeting?
Yeah.
And then we can vote on those 3, what works best for everybody. And then if everyone at the end of it, it's like, we don't have, none of these work for us, then we'll revisit if this really makes sense or not.
Okay, yep, I'm even willing to do a before breakfast, I don't know, like get here early and do it, but I had a lot of success with another board doing it 1 hour before their meeting and everyone showed up and we got an hour in, so.
Yeah.
I really want to support this board in getting some stuff done.
The 5 AM to 8 AM. I'm all about it.
No, you're up for
Oh,
the
I'm
pay set?
good.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'm up too, so.
I am not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not training, but I thank you for that feedback and yes, I will communicate.
Nice. Okay,
It doesn't have to be together. There are training needs. Isn't there training you go online separately or?
All the training is on your own time. It just hasn't been successful that way, which is why I've just been trying to corral everyone. Yeah.
Well, the conference I went to covers my training, right?
It does, it's amazing. You're for this year and next year.
all right,
Yeah.
so Let's go to the discussion of the Gaskin Award for 2025. Did everyone review those 3 or 4 applications and want to talk about them?
See, there was the church porch,
The church porch,
was one.
yep,
I don't think Jim was here for 2 of them,
True.
yeah.
that's okay, but you can review them and look at them, right?
I don't know,
Yeah,
I didn't give enough
Yeah.
information about them,
yeah.
just the addresses.
So what are the, I thought I had it in front of us in part of the packet. It's just in that email.
Yep,
Can you pull that up?
yep. I have it in front of me. 34 Church Edition,
Oh, yeah.
approved in 24, completed in 25. 28 Lincoln, also church flooring and church work. And 19 North Main windows was 24 approval, which was December, actually completed in 25. And those were the 3 that
19 North Main is the one right there, right?
Right here.
And I might, something I just clicked in my head, I'm not sure that Lincoln was completed in 25.
They did 2. They did part A on one side and then they came back with, after it was successful and came back for another one.
Oh, look, when I didn't see it, CFC now.
Okay. If so, I think what this guy did was fantastic. I mean, that building was,
This one,
yeah,
yeah,
was on, no one lived in it. I mean, and he did a fantastic job of preserving it. And it's a big project.
you.
And he did a very good job. I know a
And
lot
he
of people.
complying with the, historic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had us
Working
come
for-
and pick the windows and he went back and looked at previous. Images of the building back as far as they can find.
So
And I think he did a great job.
one of if we grant an award is to show the collaboration with the board, respect for the, to say
Preservation.
preservation, the collaborative effort. That would be great to say.
Looks great.
Looks good, yeah.
The other one is 34 Church, which is at Church in the South. It used to be a green home. And then it is now like an off blue. But they put an addition on the back and they went through a lot of steps towards matching window sizes, and it's actually backs up to Chase Bank. That you can see from Chase Bank if you bank there, but they did a really good job and it looks like it belongs. It's the right size and style. I think they did a great job too.
So we vote on which one we want.
It is more of a discussion.
I want that one.
Okay.
I just think that the amount of effort, probably the
Yeah.
other ones are great, but.
Yeah, no, what
in
he
terms of
did is,
effort
yeah,
and
I would agree.
it brought, like, it was a sword, like, it's like,
Yeah.
so, hey, it saved us.
Yeah, I mean, not many other people in the entire Monroe County or upstate New York would take on that project and do it to the extent that he did.
Yes.
So we usually present these and, well, I guess we've only done it once. We tried to do it in May, which was Preservation Month, and we did it in June last year. So can we make an official vote on it right now and present to them in June?
I don't see why not.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions or any other input? I mean,
No, I like that one the best.
Okay,
So, 2, what is your vote?
I would go for that one. I'm fine with
Okay,
that.
3-2-0. So, this was a great meeting.
So motion.
Okay, so- Okay, so I'll make,
A motion to, do whatever.
I'll make a motion to award the 2025 Gaskin Preservation Award for the Village of Pittsburgh to. Someone help me with his address. Is it?
It's 19 North Main.
It's 19 North
Yeah.
Main.
Yep.
Gives it wrong, no, to 19 North Main. Do I have a second?
Second.
Member Murillo,
Yes.
member Root,
Yes.
Chair Olson,
Yes.
motion passes.
All right, great. So we'll add that to the agenda for June 15th. And Mayor has what does she call it? It's called I'm exhausted.
You have to
We
go
can
on
talk
card
offline,
and-
it's fine.
Okay. All right, perfect. Okay,
Are we-
You wanna table my sharing about the conference?
I didn't have that on the agenda, Jim.
There's some in there. Yep.
But,
Oh, never mind. Okay. I think,
yeah, we will put that on the next agenda, no,
yeah,
yeah, 'cause I
Yeah.
feel like we want to appropriate more time for that, for
Okay.
sure.
will you put it on for member minutes, the 2026 Preservation Conference review?
Okay. Shall we leave?
I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
Second,
Member Rue,
I,
member Morella,
I,
Chair Olson,
Yes.
motion.
so,
Well, there's one-
my